Yeah,
I would
probably.
assume we've gathered 3 cards since the beginning of the day.
Yeah, that'll probably happen.
So.
All right, so it looks like we're getting ready to go. Charlie had more points today, so he will be on the play or draw, I'm assuming, given that he's the aggro deck. He will 100% be on the play.
Yes, absolutely. No reason not to at this point.
I mean, he'll totally draw, right?
Well, what he's going to do is going to play a turn 1 Flame Blade. And just
whoa, he can't do that. I think it's a 2-drop, isn't it? Or am I just wrong?
I think it's a 1-drop.
I could be wrong.
I've been wrong. I've been wrong before. So yeah, it was definitely balls and dances and things like that.
Oh, it is a 1-drop. I am incorrect. I am
so he could.
dumb.
So here's the nut draw, right? Like Flame Blade, just Street Wraith a bunch, get a bunch of hollow ones on the battlefield.
The nut draw is like turn 1, Inquisition, discard 3, whatever you don't want, and then drop 4 hollow ones.
So
that sounds great.
Yeah. So well. Turn 1 Faithless Looting. That's the card I was trying to think of. Hollow ones, and then you get 4. Yep.
Yeah, but no, Faithless Looting wouldn't. Hollow one would still be 1 mana. If you play Burning Inquisition, hollow ones are free.
Sure.
So why not?
But you could go.
So turn 1 Mountain, Burning Inquisition, discard 3 cards you don't give a crap about, drop 4 hollow ones, and you've got 16 power on the board on turn 1.
All right.
That seems fun.
Well, it does seem fun, and Charlie has been having a lot of fun today. He's going to crack a fetch, and he is going to go get a land.
And there's Mark with the notepad, always vigilant, taking down all the notes, as he always does. I don't think I've ever played against an opponent that takes more notes throughout a game than Mark. And I mean that in like the utmost respect.
No, of course. It's very, very
He's like
smart
one of the most diligent.
And there it is, the
people
Flame Blade
I know.
Adept on. Okay, so we have an issue because I don't see the tablet life total. So
pass the turn.
That is kind of awkward. We can fix that though real quick. So here is Mark going to tap a land and Inquisition of Kozilek. So there we go. So it reveals Lightning Bolt, Hollow One, land, and Faithless Looting. Wooded Foothills, the land. Of course, Mark, as you said.
Mm-hmm. All the notes.
Writing everything down.
You won't forget a single
So
thing.
I've started writing down not only life total, but like why I lost life. So fetch
I don't
and
do
then
that.
shock.
I probably should, but
yeah,
I don't.
that way, if like whoever has the best notes, the judge is going to go with, right?
Yep.
So even if your opponent has,
oh, so you're saying you could just lie? Just be like, oh yeah, this fetch on that guy's turn.
I am an
happened.
honest blue mage, sir. Do not disparage me. So let's see what we got. A draw. I think that was a hollow one. So does he have 2 hollow ones in his hand? This could get pretty crazy pretty fast. Plays that land we knew about. Gonna fetch. Gonna
going to 16.
So
I feel a
fetch shot
coming. There it is.
But yeah, it's definitely worth a 45-minute drive,
Mm-hmm.
especially for one of our bigger events like this. The payout is insane.
Draw. I saw Cathartic Reunion and I think a Bloodghast, but I'm not entirely positive. So I would assume discard Bloodghast and something. Cathartic Reunion and a hollow one he actually discarded.
Trigger. Well, he can't cast both of them this turn, so. And an attack.
And he's probably just assuming he won't be able to cast the hollow one later. He doesn't have enough discard spells to get the discount.
So that was for 3. Mark dropping to 17. So let's see what Mark's got in his hand. He's got a Culligan's Command. He's going to lay this land here. Maybe not. He chooses that one.
Blackcleave Cliffs.
Dark
Plays Bob.
Yeah.
And passes the turn.
So Charlie going to take a draw here.
Drew another Flame Blade Adept. I think it's get in time.
Oh
there
yeah. You make him decide if he wants to block with it. Of course
he doesn't.
Of course not, but
taking 5. Plays another Flame Blade. And Gurmag Angler. Why not? Hissing Quagmire off the actual draw. Bloodstained Mire off the Bob. Mark loses nothing, gains 2 lands for the turn. Plays Mountain. Mulling over options. Doesn't really like any of them. Passes the turn. On Charlie's upkeep. Colligan's command. Destroy target artifact.
Wow, that's one you
2
really...
damage to target creature. So
that's
Hollow
probably...
One down. Flameblade add up down. That's a big swing right there. That helps out tremendously. He still has 1 Flameblade left, and he still has the Gurmag Angler, but that takes care of a lot of the problems. Charlie crashing in. And it looks like Mark will offer the block and trade with the Flameblade. Nope, nope. He pointed to it like he was going to. Decided otherwise. Takes the damage. Mark down to 6.
Crystal Brand, appreciate it. We definitely put a lot of time and effort into the way that the stream looks and sounds. Hope the audio quality is
and
better.
We'll be getting even better as the weeks go on.
Absolutely.
This is just iteration 1.
Yeah, and we've only been doing Magic streams for, there's a lightning bolt, for about 4 events, so we are always improving. And again, if anyone in the chat has a suggestion or constructive criticism, let us know. So Charlie going to go to 15
so
here.
Charlie is running out of resources. Mark is finding ways to deal with these one at a time, but Mark has a hand just chock full of land at this point. He has 5 cards. I believe 4 of them are lands. So as of right now, he's feigning
that's
nothing.
Definitely
In fact,
not what you
it
want.
It might even be 5 lands. I couldn't get a good look at the last one. But at the same time, Charlie still has the 5/5 on the board, and Mark has just Bob. And eventually, he's going to have to cast that in for a chump block. If Mark doesn't find answers soon, he could be in trouble. But he did play Hissing Quagmire, so provided he can get another land on the battlefield, he can activate that. Now he has a 2/2 Death Touch threat. Gurmag Angler does not beat the 2/2 Death Toucher very well.
And another, is that another Angler too? So
it is. That is 2 Anglers now.
It's pretty good.
Seems decent. Mark with a handful of lands. Gonna run out another Bob. Oh,
2.
Bob and a Scavenging Ooze.
So Babu's here. Plays a
land for turn. Passes. I think at this point you just have to throw Bob under one of the Gurmags. You go to 1.
Yeah, I mean, you have
keep
to.
the Skoos alive and try to start eating stuff in the graveyard.
Absolutely.
Gain life back, get it bigger. Hopefully you can start trading or eating these Anglers. Oh, but that's just going to make it really bad.
Yeah, we've tried a lot of different things to get our voices. We've tried just room mic. We've tried headsets. But yeah, we're always working on it. So, but definitely appreciate the suggestion and the feedback.
And Mark will pass back. Charlie with 2 5/5 Zombie Fish. Activate Hissing Quagmire. Block. Before damage. Terminate.
Wow.
Whew, a lot of things dying right now.
All of the things dying. So
Charlie's not happy with this one bit.
No, not at all. Yeah, exactly. It is very hard.
Correct.
And I don't know if you can hear, we do have about 15, maybe 20 other players in here playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And some casual Commander up here. So we're not just Magic here at Moonbase. We're all things gaming.
Charlie, Burning Inquiry.
Definitely, we appreciate it. So, Burning Inquiry. Oh boy, here we go. This card is so fun to watch.
It is.
Because
I've grown to love it more and more as the day
Yes,
goes on.
I was
it's just like a more fun gamble.
At first, I was like, "What is this?" And now I'm just like,
I'm
"Yeah."
in love. It's good. I don't know how efficient it always is, but it's just fun.
Yeah, and it's very good in Charlie's deck too. Clearly, he's been crushing the field and continues to do so. Man, there we go. One more.
I like how every time Charlie plays this card, they always find a different way to
Yes,
decide.
like
as
literally,
well.
it's like, okay,
Sometimes
we're gonna roll
it's just
die.
point to them. Sometimes it's roll one dice, and now we're rolling a dice for each one we're gonna discard.
So I like the dice roll of what we're keeping, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the most efficient way to do
Yeah.
it. And it's less. So if I can kind of figure out the way you position your cards in your hand,
You can get some information
yeah,
out of it.
yeah.
Mhm.
So. Oh, you have some experience with casting setups?
I would say Misery,
Awesome.
we definitely appreciate it. And
Yeah.
if you want to come in and talk to some of the owners, Iggy in particular and Jason,
Yeah.
and have some dialogue with them about, obviously it's still their place, so they get final say
Yeah.
before we get any final say. But yeah, I'm sure that they're up for any kind of suggestions to make our presentation better.
Yeah.
Production value
We're-
and trying to make this as quality as possible, something we obviously want to do. So I would just say have a conversation with them. They'd be happy to talk to you about it.
Definitely.
What if it hills the play for Charlie? Just passes back the turn.
So Charlie kind of
Charlie's
Stop
run
dead
out
in
of
his-
gas,
dead in
and
his
Mark
tracks
has
now.
a Goyf on the board.
And do we know that Goyf's power and toughness?
Oof, a Goyf and a Raging Ravine coming in. I do not know it.
Well, we're at least putting this up.
We'll find out very shortly when it crashes in here.
Yeah. Raging Ravine going to get a +1/+1 counter. And an attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so Raging Ravine is a 4/4, right? Oh, wow. Just
and the
top,
top deck.
decks. The
Fiery Temper.
burn.
You know, an expensive bolt is still a bolt.
Absolutely.
And, it gets the job done when your opponent's at 1. So Charlie's going to take game 1 here, go up 1-0 in our finals match of Hollow 1 versus Jund.
So, as no surprise, Charlie won.
Charlie got there. That was traditional red fashion right there. I'm going to hurt you for a lot, get you really close, and then just hope I get that burn spell to finish the job. And it's exactly what he did. So congrats to Charlie on game 1. Now we're going to game 2, and we'll see where it goes from there.
So yeah, again, we are Moonbase Market, Soulard District, St. Louis, Missouri. We do this for the players. We want to promote our players from this area to get them from more of a citywide platform to a regional, and then of course national and global platform.
That would be the end goal.
Oh yeah,
We'll
Pro
work on
Tours.
regional first.
Pro Tours. That's
Yeah.
what we're. No, Pro Tours are bust. So yeah, very exciting stuff here at Moonbase. Very exciting stuff happening today. We've had a lot of awesome on-camera moments.
Oh, for sure.
All the way back to round, what was it, 2, when we had someone scoop and then top deck
Oh,
the Wrath.
That was like painful.
That was hard to watch.
We had a 4-color Rally the Ancestors deck for Modern going up against Jund.
John, yeah.
And not Mark on Jund, it was a different competitor on Jund. And the Rally player had cast Rally on their turn, had all these creatures on the board with no sack outlet. He was straight going to lose all those creatures.
Yeah. And
He was not going to be able to sack them back to the graveyard.
so the player, the Jund player, was Eric Carlix.
Yes, that's
so.
right. And he was going to... So it was a desperation move by the Rally player to try to get the win. He would have had it the next turn. And the Jund player, Eric, just decided he'd rather concede. He can't do it. He couldn't get there.
Yep.
He concedes and then reveals his next top deck, which would have been his draw. He still had that turn to draw it, so I still don't know exactly why he chose to concede before at least drawing and seeing what was on the top of his deck. But on top of his deck was Anger of the Gods,
Yep.
which would have dealt with all of his problems and then some, even the creatures that weren't going to exile at the end of the turn. That would have gotten rid of everyone. He didn't have any sack outlets, so our rally player could have gotten no value out of it. It was straight going to ruin
it was
his
heartbreaking.
gameplay.
It was heartbreaking
And
to
he
watch.
just conceded before taking the time to go to his draw step and see what he would have gotten. And yeah, that was very interesting.
All right, so it looks like we are cutting some decks and about ready to start. Hopefully we both keep 7 and we have a good game too.
For game 2.
Game 2, finals, Gateway Series Modern. This is the first week of this season, so we are super excited. Let's see. It looks like both are
keepable.
keeping
7.
So I think both mulling over. I can't really. It's a little bit harder to see Charlie's hand.
Yeah. They're both ready to go.
All right, we're underway.
Mark, Verdant Catacombs, pass. Charlie, the draw.
So Charlie shuffling through his hand, gonna play a land. His turn ones are much more fun than most players' turn ones, but here it looks like he's just gonna play a land and pass. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in Charlie here. He needs to just drop 3 hollow ones on his head. So, but yeah, if you've liked what you've seen today and now tonight, go ahead and hit that follow button, support us. It's the way you can support our Twitch, and obviously you can come in, check us out, or purchase a bunch of Magic cards. That's ways you can support the stream. So, let's see a little awesome cut. And there's a Scavenging Ooze from Mark, gonna pass back. Charlie gonna fetch, go to 19. Let's see what he grabs. All right. Consults his hand, just decides he wants a basic mountain.
I think Lightning Bolt is quickly on its way.
Yeah, the Scoos is in the yard, so they've already communicated that that's what the play was.
He draws another Lightning Bolt from what it looks like.
And it looks like Goyf Liliana in Mark's hand. So, and card in farthest to the left, I can't really tell what it is. But here is going to be Blackclave Cliffs coming into battlefield, of course, untapped. And a Taparuni. And that is a Cathartic Reunion. Those are 2 cards pretty good to discard. Ancient Grudge, of course. Draw 1, draw 2, and draw 3. Let's see what we got. Just a pass back. And Mark here going to take a draw. Shuffle through his hand, so we might see a turn 3 Liliana. And that's, well, maybe. Yep, Liliana the Veil. So there is, we understand we have a bit of a glare issue, but we are trying our best to keep up with the action for you, to make sure that everything is communicated visually, or vocally rather, from us. So pass back, and it is a 4/5. And as I take, I got Tarmogoyf on the brain, man. I just like using that. I love using the graphic.
It's fun.
Here comes the Bloodcast.
Bloodcast back. It's not really doing anything too impressive right now, though.
Well, compared to what he could be doing, yeah.
Well, I'm sure he'd love to haste in and get at that Liliana really bad, but fortunately that's just not an option. We're going to crack that. We'll go to 16. Getting a Blood Crypt, I would imagine.
All right. So is that a Stomping Ground he gets? Yep. So he will fetch and take 3 damage from the fetch shot. Charlie drops to 16. Checking out what's in his graveyard. Always has to be very aware of what's in his graveyard since he does have so much interaction in his graveyard. He's going to cast Kermag Angler for 2 mana.
Yeah, that
5/5.
seems efficient.
5/5 2 mana. Whatevs. Another day at the office for Charlie here. He's just been dousing the competition. Plays the land. Plays this Kalidas, so that is Kalidas Trader Get, and we're going to have Charlie reading the card.
Well, that stinks for Charlie.
Yeah, that's...
He has Blood Gas and Flamewake Phoenixes that come back from the graveyard. Exiling is definitely not what he wants to happen. Not only exiling happening, but life gain.
Life gain, he
not only life gain and exiling, but, oh, I also get free 2/2 zombies.
Yep.
And my creatures get bigger. And Kalidas is just one of those houses that if he untaps with this, does Charlie come back from it? I don't know. I genuinely have fears that might not be possible for him. I mean, a lightning bolt's not going to kill Kalidas. I don't know that he's going to be able to take care of this. There's the zombie token, the first one, already getting a creature exiled.
Yeah, that's just value.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. And so, Mark was on camera earlier and had that Kalidas rotting away in his hand. This time he gets to play it, though.
This time he gets to play it. Kalidas is just so great. It was such an all-star in Standard.
Oh my gosh, it was so good in Standard.
It was such a house. I mean, for most of its lifespan, it was a $20 to $30 card, and you could say rightfully so. And right now, I think it's just like $10, and it's only seeing play in Jund in that that off-debated 4-drop spot in Jund.
Yeah,
do you go Kalidas, do you go Huntmaster, do you go Olivia, do you do some combination of them? I think Jund, for Mark, he does a combination. He does one Huntmaster, one Kalidas.
So,
but it's just so good when it gets online and it gets going. It's hard to stop it.
Yep, but it is not the king of the hill right now. This Gurmag Angler is, and we're attacking.
Here comes an interesting question: does Mark try to block and eat the Flameblade Adept? See, I would think he would. Throw a zombie in front of it. The Flameblade will die. It get exiled, so he gets the zombie right back. He only takes 5 from the Gurmag Angler, so he goes down to 14, but all that Charlie would have left at that point is just the Gurmag Angler.
Yep.
The 5/5. Mark is left with a Kalidas, a zombie, and a Liliana. He can minus Liliana next turn, get rid of the zombie. Now he's got, or get rid of the zombie fish,
and
the Gurmag.
Well, it seems like he's just taking it.
He's just taking it all, going to 13. Oh, actually, it looks like he was swinging at Liliana. So the fish was coming in. The Flameblade Adept looked like, I guess it was coming.
So logistically, that's something we should...
No, I take that back. He lightning bolted.
He lightning bolted Liliana. So, yeah.
So
regardless, logistically, we should make sure our on-camera players point whenever they're attacking or interacting with a Planeswalker.
It would help.
Because at this point, we are not set up.
Mark shocks himself into a Stomping Ground. Taps for Thoughtseize. Going to 9. What toys do we have? We have a Bloodgas, a Burning Inquiry, and that Blood Rush creature. Ooh, that's some spicy fun.
Is that Gore-Clan Rampager?
I believe it is.
Yeah, Gore-Clan Rampager.
Give a creature +4/+4 and trample.
Yep.
I think that's the only reason that Charlie plays green. It's just for
just Gore-Clan, huh?
But Mark was having none of it, makes him discard it.
Yeah, and like you said, this Kalidas is going to get out of hand here. He's already back pretty much even life with Charlie.
Hey,
so
you got a Goyf. You can turn on that Goyf.
Let's go. So what is his PT? It looks like a 2/3.
Instants, sorceries.
Oh, 5/6. Wow.
Land. I think we got a 5/6er here.
Yeah, and that is exactly what we got. Hit that graphic.
Yeah. Isn't it pretty?
We have one of our employees who does all of our layouts and images. Her name's Allie, and she's awesome. She made this for us. So
thank you, Allie.
Yes, if she watches sometimes, so it's very possible.
Allie, if you're watching, especially, we get to play with our fun Tarmogoyf graphic.
Yes. So here comes a Burning Inquiry. Looks like we get to do this fun game again.
Yep.
2. So this one, sir. And roll again. 4. That one, sir. And
2, 4, 6. Get rid of that middle one. We lose a Faithless Looting,
Well,
a Bloodghast, which
those
Charlie
are
loves
both
losing that.
good cards to go to the graveyard.
And, I couldn't see what the third one is, but still, those are 2 cards he doesn't mind losing.
Yeah, no,
considering
absolutely
he can
not.
Still play them.
Yep, but he's still.
But again, that Kalidas makes that Bloodghast. Yeah, will come back one time. But if he doesn't find an answer to that Kalidas, that one time is all that he's getting out of that.
Yeah.
He's not getting the value
Unfortunately,
that he's been getting all day.
Unfortunately, that Bloodghast will not go back to the graveyard. It will be exiled.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Mark will get a token, a zombie token, if and when.
Charlie has to find a way to deal with this Kalidas. It is just way too big of an issue.
Yeah. So this is our last match of the night. It's our last match, potentially our last game, but so
untaps, draws, didn't get a look at it.
Yeah, he's
Mark, in traditional Mark fashion, plays close to the vest.
Yep.
And I think you just swing with everything here. You swing with everything. Let's say they block Kalidas. You eat the zombie in response, make it bigger. Your Goyf is already pretty big. You're going to be eating anything you can there. Is that a Kitchen Finks?
I think so.
That is.
Definitely looks like a Kitchen Finks. Yep, and it is.
Finks it is. Mark goes up 2 to 14.
So, like, out of nowhere, he's now ahead on life. Like, Kalidas is so good.
He's decidedly head on board, and he's just deciding to wait. Keeping mana up, he can unfortunately not eat a zombie in response. He's 1 mana short of being able to do that. He doesn't have any cards in hand, so really he's just wanting to prevent Charlie from getting in and doing something crazy. If in case Charlie found some way to remove or deal with one of his bigger threats. I think at this point, Mark is just playing the long game. He's stabilized. He doesn't need to rush it. Charlie's the one that needs to get there.
Don't take chances when you don't need to.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a control player, and I will go until I am absolutely sure that I've won the game.
Yeah. And I think Mark knows that, given that he has more definitive answers, you know, he can, if Charlie does draw into a hollow one, well, Mark has Call Against Command to destroy it, or even get back a creature. Or let's say he has this Gurmag Angler that stays around for a while. Well, Mark can draw Terminate.
Definitely.
And Charlie just doesn't have those in his deck. He doesn't have a way to deal with these big threats. He can't deal with a 5/6 Tarmogoyf unless he blocks and then Lightning Bolts, in which case he's 2 for 1-ing himself.
So,
and he certainly is having difficulty with this Kalidas.
So wait, what do we got going on here?
It looks like a flashback Faithless Looting.
Yes. So, little looting here.
It looks like he discarded a Flamewake Phoenix and something else. Getting back that Flamewake Phoenix most likely with
a Fiery Temper, I think.
There's the Bloodghast that's coming back off the landfall trigger. Now he'll pay for the Flamewake Phoenix. Oh no, he discarded a Fiery Temper, so madness trigger.
Yep.
What are you gonna burn?
So the token.
Zombie.
Unfortunately for him, that's the only thing he can really kill. I mean, if he could kill the Finks, but probably not the best bet. Don't want him gaining any more life.
Blade Adept is bigger. That's now a 3/2, I believe, with Menace.
So Charlie contemplating his play here.
But even still, even after he just did all that stuff, it's a pass. He doesn't have any advantageous attacks to go through.
So we're kind of gridlocked on the ground.
I think what he wants to do is get some Flamewake Phoenixes back and start trying to get some damage in the air. But even then, that doesn't really help him.
Flying creatures.
If Mark starts getting life back from Kalidas, if he can make more zombies. Again, this just seems to get out of hand for him.
Flying creatures are very good against Jund. So
traditionally.
Yeah. We will see if...
Especially a Jund that doesn't have Olivia, which Mark's build does not.
So here we go. Oh my gosh.
Cathartic Reunion, discarding.
Flameblade Phoenix is so good. Or Flameblade Adept, rather.
So the Flameblade Adept is now at 3/2 with Menace again. He discarded another Fiery Temper?
Or is that the same? I believe so, but it might be the same one. Nope.
Yeah,
Says.
that was his one from earlier.
Oh, okay. So he just put it in his
He
graveyard.
Just realized that. Yep.
They figured it out. Still chatting about this.
Oh wait, no, that's right. Because it only goes to exile as you discard it when the madness trigger goes on the stack. And then if you actually pay for it, you've cast the spell, it goes back into your graveyard. So it is in his graveyard. That is
Gotcha.
correct.
So Mark gonna read Flamewake Phoenix.
And we will too, just because Flamewake Phoenix is not something that
Yeah,
sees a lot of play. It saw a brief cycle for a couple weeks in a Targa Red when that was big and standard. Flamewake Phoenix is a 2/2 flying haste that has to attack each turn if able, but ferocious, which Charlie's usually triggering ferocious between his Gurmag Anglers and his Hollow Ones.
Very
At the
cheap
beginning of combat on his turn, if he controls a creature with power 4 or greater, he can pay R. And if he does, he can return Flamewake Phoenix from the graveyard straight to the battlefield, and again it has haste, so he can just keep getting in. So he can do that now, which is what he did, putting Mark down to 11.
Why no Valakut decks? There was, we had one Valakut player on camera twice.
We had a Teamer Scapeshift deck that was made it to our top 8. It got eliminated in the quarterfinals.
On camera.
On camera against Charlie, right? No.
Yeah. Charlie beat.
Yeah, it was,
Charlie beat Avi.
Finals 2 rounds ago. Charlie Corbin here with black-red Hollow 1.
Yeah, and Charlie beat Avi Greinberg.
Yep.
To make it to the finals, actually. So.
Yep. So there was a Scapeshift deck. There was a Valakut deck.
Yeah.
Yes.
You just tuned in too late. So let's see what we got going on here. Charlie consulting his hand. Gonna tap some mana. Gonna play
another bird.
Play the Phoenix. Bash with the Phoenix.
Time. Charlie does bite fingers.
Bird.
This is a true fact.
Bird is the word.
Mark down to 7. So now here's this interesting point that we're at where he wants to swing with Kalidas. He wants to start eating stuff and exiling and making zombies. But he doesn't have any zombies or vampires to sack to make Kalidas any bigger. And if he swings in, all Charlie has to do is block with that Gurmag Angler.
Yeah.
And as of right now, he eats the Kalidas.
Oh, here's a Terminate.
Makes a big difference right there. Terminate.
So
not on the Gurmag Angler. But on
interesting.
The Flame Blade Adapted, which that is interesting to me. I don't know why you wouldn't go for the bigger creature. But Mark can now sacrifice this new zombie to make his Kalidas a 5/6. It would survive a block by just
and Charlie just says, come on.
Charlie says, I'm taking. Now we're gaining 5, dealing 5.
So, life totals flip-flop.
Yep. And see, now the race gets hard for Charlie because, yeah, he has these birds. He can get in the air.
But he's just going to...
If Mark's just going to gain 5
life back, it doesn't matter.
Charlie's only hitting him for 4. This isn't getting there. So another Faithless Looting. Gets rid of a few things. Going to Faithless Looting again.
Wow.
Digging for answers.
Well...
I think I saw a Street Wraith and a Fiery Temper.
Fiery Temper,
Discard Fiery Temper. Madness Trigger. Where does he throw this at? The Kitchen Finks, just to get it smaller?
Maybe. Do you want him gaining that much life? I mean, he's got
I don't know if throwing it at his face
No,
does
that doesn't do anything. So he probably Finks is the best
Try
bet.
to get rid of something.
Yeah. So we shall see.
Like we said a few turns ago, this Kalidas is the biggest thorn in Charlie's side. As soon as he played Kalidas,
it's definitely the king of the hill.
Ostensibly stopped Charlie's attack.
Yes. And even though you can't see the Kalidas, it is there.
Yeah.
It is the one with the
bright shining glare of a black hole, or in
right.
this case, light.
So cool.
is completely stopping everything Charlie's trying to do.
And he switched die, and now we have no idea how many counters are on it. So, let's see. Oh, so he points it at Tarmogoyf. Interesting.
I guess that's
Probably making it hard to block,
yeah,
maybe.
to de-incentivize
Yes.
blocks.
Definitely. So that makes sense. But if you do that, you're kind of locked into attacking with a groundling. So, which he will. So 2, 4, 6 here.
Mark, I'm even just willing to get my kitchen finks in front of that bloodghast, because that bloodghast is going to get exiled. You're going to get another zombie. Your kitchen finks comes back. You gain more life.
Yep. So
he elects not to do it with the kitchen finks, but I guess instead it blocks with the Tarmogoyf.
So what was the point of...
I don't know.
Yeah, that's an interesting play.
Now Mark's just swinging big. I don't see any way Charlie gets out of this. Charlie's kind of starting to laugh it off. I think he sees the writing on the wall.
Yep, and
Throw
here...
the zombie fish under something.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't want to be blocking with Gurmag Angler. You never want to be blocking with Gurmag Angler.
Throws it under Kalidas. In response, sack
and there we go.
To eat it.
All right.
Bigger.
So I'll ask you again, what's the best 2 words in Magic?
I win.
Game 3. You're wrong. It's Game 3. We have Game 3 of the finals. So yeah.
We're going to Game 3. It is tied 1-1. Charlie will again be on the play this time.
And that's exactly where he wants to be.
He wants to be, absolutely.
So yeah, what do we think is? I mean, I got my money. I've had my money on Charlie since I saw him on camera the first time.
If you're taking Charlie, I'm taking Mark then.
Okay.
I think if Mark can get, and he proved that, he's proved that time and time again. Jund is that 2-for-1 grindy outvalue you deck that it's always known to be. If he can get to a later board state, I just think Mark has all the tools he needs to shut Charlie down. His creatures get bigger. He has better hard answers. So I will take Mark in this one.
All right. It is decided.
It is.
So,
but if Charlie pulls ahead in the couple first rounds, I'll say it never happened.
It's on video now. There's no takesy-backsies here.
No one's watching this anyway.
Hey, we've got 15 awesome viewers, and we appreciate you. And again, what's that?
We do. We appreciate all the viewers.
Yes, we definitely appreciate it. And again, we are Moonbase Market. As you can see from the graphic and the beautiful arch there, this is a St. Louis-based company. We are in Soulard District in St. Louis, Missouri. If you're in the area, check us out. You can also check us out on moonbasemarket.com and Facebook/moonbasemarket. But we are going to a Game 3 here in the finals of our Gateway Series Modern event. This is week 1 of many weeks. But what this series is it's similar to a...
It's an ongoing event series.
Yes.
It's
so
where we catalog
Star City
games, how many
games,
points
things
people
like
are
that.
earning, so that we can have a big championship series event at the end of every standard season. And or I say standard season, we don't actually play standard that much.
Right. But to show historically
our
where we are,
the release of standard sets.
So it looks like we're at least cutting. Hopefully we both keep 7 here. They need to update the life total, so that is something that we absolutely need them to do. I see a Liliana, I see a Huntmaster, I see a Bob, and some lands. I can't quite make out the card that is in his left hand. Charlie, I can't see any of his cards really. Hopefully.
Charlie's being secretive, but
yeah,
it looks like
it's the sleeves. He's got those matte sleeves.
Yeah.
So matte sleeves are typically good for coverage, but when you're is that a ley line of the void?
Woo.
Woo, buddy. Woo.
And Mark just smiles.
Woo. So there's no Tarmogoyf on the battlefield, so we'll get rid of that graphic for everybody. Blood Crypt, take 2.
And Tarmogoyf
Burning
isn't
and
really gonna be
Quarry.
doing much of anything
Well,
this game.
so how? Yeah, wow. Yeah, I'm surprised, if you can't tell.
I'm surprised.
We were both like, is that a ley line?
Well, what's interesting is that it's Leyline is one of those effects that only shuts down your opponent.
Yeah, it's
not
not
a universal. It's not like a rest in peace or anything like that. So Charlie can still go off with
Charlie
his Phoenix.
can
He still
absolutely do all
Bloodghast,
that.
And Mark's not getting any of his own toys.
And
his
here
own fun.
they're doing it manually. This is what you are discarding
Yep.
instead of rolling dice. And Mark says this is what you're getting rid of. So lands and a Gurmag Angler. So Gurmag Angler, that's rough, but let's see what he kept.
He
Flame
still has a
Blade?
Gurmag Angler, a Flame Wake,
Oh my gosh.
or a Flame Blade Adept, and I couldn't see what else he has. Mark with the draw. Raging Ravine, pass.
So didn't quite catch what
It looked
Charlie
like a
drew, but
Bloodghast, but we're going to start with the Faceless Looting on turn 2 for Charlie. Discarding 2 Bloodghast. I bet you he's going to play a land right now.
that's pretty
and he does.
good. That's pretty good.
Charlie
Oh.
cracks, goes to 19. Does he want 17?
Wow.
He does not. He'll just take the 19.
So this is a pretty decent start for him, but by no means the best start for him.
Yep.
For Charlie. So we're gonna see a cut here, and here's a Flame Blade Adept. Gonna give a pass. Marka untaps, draws a card, shuffles through his hand, plays a Raging Ravine, and just passes back. So here we go. Let's see what Charlie rather can do here. So thinking about his play. So yeah, he's got Flame Blade Adept and 2 Bloodghast in play and a Leyline of the Void, so Tarmogoyf not going to be as scary this game. And an attack for 2/4/6 currently, and a Lightning Bolt targeting Flame Blade Adept. Flame Blade Adept going to hit the bin, and looks like that will take some damage. Go to 16. Alrighty, and looks like we have a follower.
Seraphim Dawn, thank you so much for the follow. We greatly appreciate
yes,
it. You
definitely.
are all of the awesome.
Yes, all of the awesome. And we appreciate it. We're doing the streams and all the content for you, the players. And takes a draw here, does Mark. And Blackclave Cliffs is the land that he plays. Looks like we're going to get a Kitchen Finks, I believe.
Kitchen Finks, gain 2, go back up to 18. And now this is exactly what we were talking about. Can Mark get to the mid game? Can he stall? Can he block things long enough?
Ooh, Flame, that's
more
good.
Haste creatures doesn't help.
2, 4,
Trade
6.
with one of the gas at this point.
So that's
Persist,
5, 6, 7.
Gain 2 more life, so he's negated that
2
other
of
blood
it.
gas damage,
Yeah.
but he's still taking 7 from the bird and the fish. So not good for Mark.
Down to 11. Hey, Parsoni. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yay! Thank you, Parsoni, for the follow. Much appreciated.
All
Mark,
right.
Verdant Catacombs. So he does have a Terminate in hand that can deal with the fish, which is his biggest problem because it's just big.
Right.
He can throw a Bob out there.
Although, it is the...
But at the same time, he has no way to deal with a flyer otherwise.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you also don't want to just get rid of the flyer because of the Ferocious trigger off of the Flamewake Phoenix. He could just get the flyer back, so killing it doesn't really do anything.
So we actually missed something.
That is correct. Hold on 1 second.
So we will pause them and check it out. So we very much appreciate it. Gristlebrand. Great name, by the way. I love that. Gristlebrand. The card is an amazing card, and I'm sure that you're an amazing person. So let's see. Yep, and that's an easy fix. Thank you. We appreciate it. Definitely don't want to have any miscues on life totals. And that's why we definitely put the chat at the side of the stream.
Good catch, Gristlebrand.
Yes. But that is why we put it there, so we can be notified, and we want to interact with our viewers. We want to be an, player-friendly environment and stream. So we definitely appreciate it.
And that definitely makes things worse for Mark.
Oh yes. And is this?
There's a Tarmogoyf that's a 0-1.
Okay, this is
Well,
gonna
it's not
be.
a 0-1. That's a lie, because obviously Charlie's going to have some stuff in his graveyard, but it's really not going to get to the size that he wants it to be.
Yeah, it's a 1-2. No 5-6. No 5-6 this game. Let me change
or at least
that.
not for a while.
Yeah.
And really the only thing that can deal with that is if Mark can draw into a Maelstrom Pulse, but even that at 3 mana is not something he wants to be doing. That's pretty much an entire turn for him, because Abrupt Decay sure doesn't answer that ley line.
Yeah.
But
No,
right
definitely
now,
way out of Abrupt Decay.
But right now, even that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is Charlie just has all this power on the board.
Yes.
He's got 11 power on board that he's swinging with right now.
I mean, he's got him on a 2-turn clock right here.
I mean, he's got him on a
one-turn clock.
He's lethal.
He's
right
gonna
here.
block here, yeah.
But Terminate the Fish, like we were talking about a little bit ago,
Yep.
he absolutely has to do that.
Definitely. And a block
And
of.
then he will block. And
So down to 4.
Mm-hmm.
We are getting very close to the final
The Tarmogoyf is
turn.
bigger. I think Goyf is up to a 2-3 or 3-4. I can't tell if that's a land under that Faithless Looting or not.
So we will get that confirmed. Hey,
Frampton 86. Thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. Thank you for watching the Gateway series with us. And it looks like that's a Liliana of the Veil, a very shiny, glossy, hard to read one, but I believe that is what it is.
I gotta be honest. That's bigger than I thought this Goyf was gonna get this game.
Yep.
So
I mean, Charlie does do a lot of looting with his deck. That is what it is
definitely
opt to do.
And it looks like Mark has cleared this board up a little bit, but unfortunately for him, here comes Bloodghast back to the fray.
Bloodghast with haste.
Yes, so an attack.
Does he? Oh, and that's
and there it is.
That's the handshake.
Charlie Corbin takes it in 3. Charlie Corbin is your Moonbase Markets Gateway Series champion for Modern for this week. Yes, for this tournament.
For this tournament.
This is a series, so he will earn a bunch of points. He will earn a bunch of store credit.
Or cash.
Yeah, or cash
Depends on what he wants.
Depends what he wants, or he could take packs. It all depends. So the way
He's taking cash.
Huh?
He's taking cash.
He's taking cash.
Almost
So
everyone took cash.
all right. Well, whatever you want, you can get that here at Moonbase. So Charlie Corbin defeats Mark.
I think we should do a deck check with Charlie before.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna get him in the booth for sure.
So we'll get Charlie in here.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with the Hollow One strategy, and I'm sure you are, it's been gotten very popular over the past couple months. But traditionally, it's a Jund build, using green for things like Vengevine and other avenues to get even more hasty creatures out on the battlefield. But Charlie's gone a completely different route, really reliant on the discard outlets, splashing more into Burning Inquiries, doing things like Faithless Looting more often. To play with things like Flameblade Adept, which is actually a very difficult creature to deal with. If you're pumping it up, you're giving it menace.